Hello and welcome. You're watching Head to Head on UATV, and I'm Olas Gerjuk. Ukraine's Minister of Infrastructure Volodymyr Omelyan has proposed to cancel passenger trains to and from Russia which start and terminate in Ukraine. According to him, such travels are now too dangerous for Ukrainian citizens, but emphasized that the changes will not affect any transit services between neighboring countries and Russia. The measure is yet to be approved by the Cabinet of Ministers in Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council, and to talk more about this, we're joined in the studio today by Viktor Dovgan, Deputy Minister of Infrastructure and Ukraine. Hello, and thank you for being with us today.
Hello.
So first of all, the minister wants to take this step because of the danger for the Ukrainian citizens to travel to Russia. But what has changed since 2014, when the conflict started, that we realize now this extreme danger after 4 years of ongoing conflict?
Basically, it's one of the proposed measures to mitigate the implications of the Russian aggression in the Azov Sea. You know, the situation with the stopping and blocking the vessels to Ukrainian ports, arrest of some vessels. That is why the termination of the passenger railway and bus trafficking, it's one of the measures. I will not comment on all of the measures because some of them are subject to national security reasons. The measures are developed together with the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Minister of Economic and Trade. It shall be approved, this list, by the Cabinet of Ministers and then proposed for the final decision by the National Security Council.
So this is the hit back to Russia because of the violation of this maritime law in the Azov Sea.
Absolutely.
What other Ukrainian waters do Russian vessels use for the transportation?
Sorry?
What other Ukrainian waters can Russian vessels possibly use, well, for their transportation?
What other ports can we use, or
Ukrainian waters? Yes.
I mean, no. What we observe right now in the Azov Sea, that the shipping is shifted to the other ports in the Black Sea, and that is why the ports of Mariupol and Berdyansk losing the cargo trafficking. We have losses in export, in transit, and
how big are these losses?
We calculate the direct losses for the ports are up to $10 million US, but however, it's necessary to calculate the full damage to the industry in that region.
Okay, so this is kind of okay, but with this step to ban the passenger transportation between Ukraine and Russia, and we're speaking only about the railway, right? We're speaking only about the railway routes, not about the bus transportation.
Not only.
About more? Okay, could you be more specific?
It's about the railway and bus transportation.
About bus and railway. Okay, what about the airlines?
We don't have direct direct flights between Ukraine and Russian Federation.
Some experts say that this step could hit basically Ukraine more than Russia. What's your take on that? Who is losing more, Ukraine or Russia, if we cancel this passenger transportation?
That is why this decision shall be analyzed, because of course Ukrainian railway and other Ukrainian companies will have the direct losses. Again, these losses could be compensated by redirecting of this trafficking to internally in Ukraine and towards European Union. But again, it's only one of the measures which we propose to mitigate the implications of the conflict. So the full analysis, shall be very carefully analyzed and discussed in the Cabinet of Ministers and National Security Council.
Do you know how much does the Ukrainian state railway enterprise Ukrzaliznytsia earn on these connections between Ukraine and Russia?
Well, we have the statistics, how the passenger flow decreased since the conflict, the military conflict with the Russian Federation from 2014. Okay. So it's from, I think, 4 million to almost 900 last year, and
900,000.
900,000 last year. So again, in terms of the concrete numbers, it's I'm not sure about the exact numbers. It's about hundreds of millions Ukrainian hryvnias.
Okay, what does the ministry plan to do with those trains and buses that will be basically cancelled? And with, well, if we're speaking about the connection with Russia, does it plan to use those wagons in Ukraine and I don't know, popularize some other routes within the Ukraine?
So decision is not taken. So we just prepared the recommendations and the analysis. It's still pending, so we are not planning so far to use it in some other directions.
So the decision is only about the passenger routes. What about the cargo transportation? And what about the transit routes also?
We have the case in WTO right now on the ban of the transit through the territory of the Russian Federation. So we comply with the international law. We still observe the freedom of the transit because it's directed towards the European Union, towards our trading partners, towards Turkey. That is why first stage, we still will preserve the cargo transit through the territory of Ukraine.
And could you tell me, please, with this initiative, does this mean that the ministry is actually advocating for the cancellation of diplomatic relations between Ukraine and Russia? Because this issue has been going on since 2014, and the discussions to cancel, whether to cancel or not, has been constantly.
It's the competence of the Ministry of the Foreign Affairs. It's not the competence of the Ministry of Infrastructure. We propose the measures which are in our competence.
Yeah, but I meant maybe this is the sign for the other ministries.
No, absolutely. But the initiative shall be from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They need to have good grounds to do it.
What can you foresee about this initiative? What feedback to expect from the Cabinet of Ministers and from the Defense Council?
I will not comment on this right now. It's too premature to comment.
So we don't have any data yet. Okay, when they will come up with the decision, when this case is going to be reviewed?
No, I think after the Independence Day, the meeting will be scheduled in the Cabinet of Ministers and then in the National Security Council.
Okay, so pretty soon. Okay, well, let's hope that they will come up with the right decision. And thank you so much for being our guest today, and thank you for this conversation.
Thank you.
This was Viktor Dovgan, Deputy Minister of Infrastructure of Ukraine. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more with UATV.